My name is Bernard O'Brien. I'm the founder and director of the Ninox Group. Ninox is about working with companies to look beyond. That supports growth, but it does more than that, it accelerates that growth. A lot of companies have the right strategy, they bring in consultants, they give them this great 2-day workshop, have the right strategy. What happens 9 times out of 10 with a lot of consultants out there is that strategy goes back on a shelf and they don't open it till 12 months' time. By then, it's gone past. Where Ninox is different, it works with companies. So every quarter, we're resetting the clock. Every month, we're reviewing what did we commit to say we're going to do, both KPIs, metrics, as well as with priorities. And it's about building a rhythm, a communication rhythm, a system rhythm that is repetitive and keeps building, rather than, yeah, that's what we're going to do and not look at it. And that's where Ninox works in that space, is to drive and help a company drive all that. So they do achieve their aspirations, they do achieve their, what we call their big, hairy, audacious goal in 5 years' time, because they've set the system in place, the processes in place to achieve that. Ninox is a genius for the owl, and it's the Ninox Strenua, which is the biggest owl in Australia. And basically, the analogy I have with that is if you look at the owl, it sits up above, sees the big picture, and then when necessary, it dives down. It never gets caught in the trees or whatever, and comes back up again. And I saw that as the analogy for the company Ninox, being that I sit above, I help companies see where they're going, what's happening ahead of them, but I also come down and help, but I step back out again. Because it's not my job to run the thing, it's my job to assist them and help them in direction and focus, but then I come back up. And the owl, with its wisdom, its stealth, that's where we got the brand from. Outside of work is, number one, I'm married to a lovely Spanish bride for 35 years. Have 2 children, a daughter and a son. Yeah, just now just enjoying the later part of my career, which is great. The framework we use is what we call the scaling up framework. So there's 4 decisions, part of that. One is the people, one is the strategy, execution, and then cash. When working with the client, the most critical thing is up front is understanding the scope and defining that scope. Whether it be a family business, a cooperative, a private entity, a venture capital invested business, they all have the same fundamental issues around the people, around the processes, around the structures, and achieving their goals. We help companies set their structures up for their rhythms and meetings, so there is a set structure. We actually get into the grassroots and build it, so they have a structure in place to grow.